I'm trying to be that chef that I needed.
Yeah. Some of the things I don't have a love-hate relationship with being a chef, but I feel like I don't want to have that, like I have these regrets and stuff, but I do think about like when I was a young cook and how much I broke my back for others and how much like I could have broken my back in the same way, but like in a just more of a, for me, more to where, not that I'm not in a good place right now, but I think I just like, but I don't want to look at it as like, fuck, I regret that, you know? Yeah. But I do feel like, man, like I was always under the impression that like I was going to meet a chef and they were going to take me under their wing and they're going to whip me into shape. And then I just never found that chef, or that chef never like took me under his wing or whatever. So like in that regard, I felt like I'm supposed to be doing what I'm supposed to be doing in order to find that chef. And then along the way, it just like, it never happened. And then I just was like, oh, I guess, fuck, this is my story or my journey. And I made the best of it. But I think if we had some guidance, like to be like, hey, knucklehead, like really focus on advocating for yourself. Yeah. Versus just like, keep your head down and shut up and then work there for a year and then ask for a raise. You know, like that's not the mentality anymore.
I think my biggest piece of advice to cooks who consider me a mentor is be selfish for yourself always.
Always?
Yeah. Like in terms of your career, be selfish. Like, yeah. If you think it's better for your career, like think about yourself first.
I agree.
Do you think, because that's interesting, because another way to also think about it is like sometimes I've had cooks that work for me that want to be selfish for their career, and they'll say that like, I'm being selfish for me, but I know they're making a bad decision. And it's like the wiser chef in me is saying, look, I'm not telling you this because I want to keep you to manipulate you or to prevent you from growing, but I know that, I'll give you an example. I had someone that worked for me that wanted to quit working in a fine dining restaurant so they could go be like a sous chef in something that wasn't going to benefit them, but they wanted the title. And they were going to say, I'm going to kind of go work at this crappy restaurant just so I could say I'm a sous chef. And so like, I know you want to do that. And I know you want the title really bad. And I know it's a dollar more, but trust me, 6 months here will land you the bigger job versus that one, because you're going to get stuck there. You're going to get stuck and pigeonholed in this kind of type of restaurant that I already know you don't want to be in. You're more after the title. So I guess my question to you, Gabe, is like, at what point, how do you teach someone to be able to say, like, look out for you, but you might not always be right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's always a situational impact. But when I mean be selfish for yourself, I think that consider how it's going to impact your personal life more than someone else's. Yeah. So it's not always, when I say be selfish for yourself, it's not always about don't listen to what the guidance that a mentor or someone is giving you, but you should think about how it impacts your trajectory, your career, things like that.
That's a good point. I think one of the best things a young chef could do, or I mean, you don't even have to be a young chef, just a chef, is have a mentor if you can. Maybe you're not in a position where you can have a mentor, but have a friend that's honest with you. Like another chef, someone that's in the industry that they could be honest with you and say, hey, that maybe you're wrong or maybe you're right. Like, because I think a lot of times people are making decisions and they're not thinking about the bigger picture all the time. And it's really easy to get lost in that. And sometimes they need someone like Gabe or like you or like me to, that has no vested interest in, like I guess what I'm trying to say is that mentor, you don't necessarily work for them, right? Yeah. So like they don't have any financial incentive. They have no incentive.
Yeah, and that's who I was in this position.
Yeah, that's what you want.
And I was just like, man.
I mean, I was thinking of your example is like, you're when you know that person's gonna make or could potentially be making a mistake, right?